Batman the Telltale series. I reviewed the first episode way back when it came out, and I had a lot of first impressions, and all of those pretty much apply to the base and the meat of the game, so if you want to watch that first, I'll link it below. But now that I've finished it, I just want to talk about the story real quickly and say what I liked. There will be spoilers, I think. Are there going to be spoilers? You know, there really aren't. Now that I think of it. I mean, I'll talk about stuff that could be considered spoilers if it was a review, but it's been out for a long time, so there's your warning just in case, but I don't think I'm going to talk about anything that bad. And despite the fact that I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. This game is a technical mess. I don't understand how a game that looks like a moving comic book can run so poorly on PS4. There are constant frame drops. Sometimes the sound will just completely cut out. Sometimes it will skip ahead. Sometimes it'll freeze in the middle of cutscenes.
Come on, Batman!
This has been Telltale's biggest issue since the frickin' Walking Dead in 2012, and at this point, it's getting awful difficult to forgive. But my favorite part of this entire game, or season 1 I think it is, assuming they come back to it, is definitely, by far, Catwoman. Catwoman is amazing. This is my favorite interpretation of Catwoman that I've ever seen. I like her more than Anne Hathaway, I like her more than the comics, I like her more than the Arkham games. She's amazing, she really is. There's a part where Bruce Wayne and Selina Kyle are in a bar fight together and the camera's panning around and they're like back to back and they're like tag teaming. It's great. The idea of how they slip in and out of a relationship is so Batman and Catwoman. That's how they should be done. You know how at the end of the day, Catwoman is a thief and she likes stealing stuff and Bruce Wayne's like, hey, we can't have any of that. But at the same time, Bruce Wayne does love her and he's trying to pull her away from the darkness instead of just beating her up and locking her in jail. And they have very similar skill sets, so they are teaming up quite a bit.
I'm starving.
Well, I guess that means I'm making breakfast.
Wow. You even know how to work a toaster, rich kid?
I am offended.
Aw, too bad. I think there might be bagels in the fridge. Would definitely check expiration dates on anything before you think about putting it in your mouth.
The story itself is kind of a mixed bag. I think the writing and the line delivery, depending upon which character you're talking about, is very good. Like I said, Catwoman is fantastic. The two strongest characters by far are Oswald Cobblepot and Catwoman. Bruce Wayne is good. Troy Baker is a solid Bruce Wayne Batman. The weakest character by far is Harvey Dent. He's awful. His acting is terrible. Because this guy is just towering over Bruce Wayne, this little itsy-bitsy guy who's just got some tightness in his shirt at the beginning because he's got bulging muscles. But his frame is so thin and small. Harvey Dent should never be a physical match for Batman. Very few people should be a physical match for Batman. Which is why when Cobblepot starts punching him with metal hand things, I'm like, really? The writing itself isn't bad. There are some really good lines.
Yes, Bruce. Time to go. I have a little redecorating to do. Your taste is a little too discreet for me. I think that maybe I'm at a fish tank.
Go to hell, Oswald.
When I get there, I'll say hello to your parents.
Oh!
This way, Bruce.
Oh! Oh! Suck it! But the story itself, alright, I guess I am talking about spoilers, so there's a full warning if you're still around. Harvey does become elected mayor, and he starts taking over the city, and it's so unbelievably stupid. It's like, I know Gotham's corrupt, but like, seriously, he just starts like blowing up city blocks and shit, and it's like, a terrorist is basically in charge of the city. It's not like, hey, he did something, and we're like, maybe we shouldn't trust this guy. It's like when he tells people to do these things in the first place, they're gonna be like, are you kidding me? No, screw you! Eventually the police do turn on him, but he breaks so many constitutional liberties before then. It would never have gotten that far. Even for Gotham City, that was really kind of a stretch. And Harvey's whole Two-Face dynamic was very badly done. It's essentially just him talking to himself and switching back and forth between two completely different characters, left and right. I'm like, that's so unoriginal. That's like the easy way out. That's how I would have done it. It's not subtle at all. There's no underlying, like, maybe there's something else going on here. It's so blatant and obvious and in your face. I just don't like it. I did like the little coin thing Bruce Wayne did at the end, where he flips it and he's like catching it. He's like, nope, not gonna let you know what it is. And he's like, I have to know. I can't choose. I need the coin. But that was about it. Harvey's not the main villain, though. You know, he shares it with Cobblepot and Vicky Vale or Miss Arkham, Lady Arkham, whatever. There are a couple really good scenes, particularly when you're investigating a house and there's a little kid still in the closet. And, like, Batman's really good with kids. That was just really cool to see.
Nice work, kid.
They're dead.
I'm so sorry that I couldn't save your parents. You don't know how sorry. I promise, I won't stop until I catch the person that did this. You're the kid who saved Batman, and no matter what happens, no matter where you go, that will always be true, and I will always owe you one.
And when they get to Arkham Asylum, there's some pretty cool fan service with Joker.
Buddy. Oh, buddy. Are you okay? You don't look so grand. More like the opposite.
Thank you. I appreciate the help.
You're welcome.
But this Telltale Wheel of Dialogue thing sometimes changes one line, and then it'll immediately branch off. So if you pause it, you like choose this choice, he'll respond to your line, and then he'll get back on track. It doesn't branch off like they do. This branching narrative thing is total bullshit. And it keeps trying to make you regret all your decisions, like, oh, they have a consequence. I'm like, you would have told me the exact same thing if I had picked the other side.
I keep wondering. Why did you do it? Harvey needed you. Why save me? Harvey's your best friend. I'm nothing to you. I just don't get it.
I don't owe you an explanation.
You owe Harvey one.
No, I don't.
And silence is a valid option, my ass. And whenever you sit there silently, they just look at you awkwardly and go like, hello, is anyone there? It doesn't make you look cool or stoic. It just says, hey, I couldn't pick a dialogue choice in time. So that's stupidly annoying.
I can convince the board to bring you back. It might not be CEO, but it will be something. A step to regaining what you're being forced to give up. This is what is best for Gotham. Hopefully, you find your voice at the podium.
And just like there are a couple really good scenes, there are a couple really bad scenes. There's this thing in this car that does not play out even remotely like it should have.
Hello, Harvey.
You should have stayed in the asylum where I put you.
What do you want, Harvey?
And there are so many plot holes where Bruce Wayne is just a total dumbass, and it's like, do you not have a voice recorder on you right now? Cobblepot is confessing so much shit right now. Just put that on record. That would solve this entire problem like that. I also hated how there wasn't an option to save Lady Arkham Vicky Vale at the end, because, I mean, like, as brutal as I am when I'm interrogating people and beating the crap out of them and showing no sympathy, say goodbye to your teeth and ribs and nose and jaw, Arkham City got something right that both Batman v Superman and this game missed out on, and it's the fact that Batman respects life. Batman does not kill. Even the freaking Batman Begins at the beginning when he's like, I won't kill you, but I don't have to save you. It's like, that's bullshit! Like in Arkham City, well, spoilers for Arkham City, I guess, the very end of Arkham City if you've never played it, when Batman's like, you know what, after everything, even after all the shit you've done, I still would have saved you. That is Batman. And in Arkham Asylum, there is a huge missed opportunity here. So there's a part where Batman's walking down the halls and all the doors unlock and all the inmates come out. It devolved into a pretty standard, like, hit a couple of them and then pass through them on the way because they're trying to get out. They should have played Avenged Sevenfold's Paranoid and just have Batman crack his knuckles and be like, bring it on, bitches, and just start beating the shit out of all these Arkham inmates. Just have him surrounded. And it would have been like the Kingsman church scene, except without all, you know, the killing. And it would have been amazing. It would have given the game a full point just on its own. I can't believe nobody thought of that. At the risk of getting copyrighted, let me give you a little taste.
You underestimate the true children of Arkham. These souls kept behind bars. Open the doors! Arkham
Batman the Telltale series has not learned from Telltale's previous mistakes, and it's very frustrating to see. I'd say if you are a fan of DC, I'd say it is worth a playthrough to see. What they do with Bruce Wayne's parents is pretty original, and there's definitely some good stuff in here, especially Catwoman. But with the horrible technical issues and the lack of logic and how the story completely falls apart at the end, just really, really bring it down for me. And I'm going to give Batman the Telltale series a 6.8.
6 out of 10?
Because it's a little better than a 6.7, but not quite as good as a 6.9.